Welcome to Order Militaris Radio TV. We have a special short broadcast for you. More to come later. We are with Brother Alexis and he was roughed up by the police last night in Rome, Italy. He's going to share all about it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, AJ, for having me on Order Militaris TV. Here in Order Militaris Catholicus, we pledge ourselves to help Christians wherever they're persecuted around the world. And until this scandemic arrived, none of us probably ever imagined that we ourselves would be persecuted, let alone by our own police forces. So since January 2020 until last night, every night I've gone in front of the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore here in Rome, which is the oldest church dedicated to Our Lady in the whole world. And I've said 77 Our Fathers, which is the Franciscan office out of an inspiration of Blessed Emmerich, where she saw Our Lady asking Romans to come and pray for the deliverance of their city in a future age in which there's two popes. And the police have seen me every night for all these days, for 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 months, every night. And in Italy, there's three kinds of police. There's the state police, the military police, and the city police. And all three have seen me, and none of them have ever arrested me or cited me. And
Yeah.
And so there was 7 or 8 people praying with me last night, and at the end of the prayers, 2 city police came and said, "Where is your medical mask? What are you doing out at this hour?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "We've been doing this for 16 months. What's the problem?" And so they began to harass us and ask our documents. And here in Italy, when the police ask your documents, they want, because in Italy they have a thing called an identity card. Or if you don't have an identity card, you have an Italian passport. Okay, so I'm an Italian citizen, and I got an Italian passport in 2008, but I lost it in December. So the authorities in the city know I don't have an Italian identity card. So they asked me for an Italian identity card. I said I don't have it. And that's when the thing began. I said, "How can I give to you something I don't have?" So 4 of them surrounded me and said, "You're not going anywhere." They threatened me with physical violence if I should want to even go home, because the prayers were ended at that moment. They denied that. One of them said, "I'm not a human." One of them said, "I'm not a friar." One of them said, I don't feel pain." And another one said, "I'm not Italian. I'm 100% Italian by blood, and I'm an Italian citizen." They said their commanding officer wasn't present. It came out in the news this morning that their commanding officer was present, so they lied to me. They denied me to speak with their commanding officer. I cited all the articles of the Italian. I cited the Italian Constitution, why they had no right to do what they did. I cited the decisions of the administrative courts and penal courts in Italy against what they were doing. We had 7 people with me who were Catholics, who are learned and university graduates. They were citing the Italian Constitution, the penal code, all the violations the police did. They paid no attention to it. They insisted on for stopping me. So in Italian law, there's 2 things: they could stop you or arrest you. In English, what they did to me was an arrest, because they wouldn't let me move for 7 hours, and that is an arrest. And they made me lie on the ground for at least 4 hours. Now, this was the Piazza Santa Maria Maggiore, and it's covered with cobblestones, which are, well, I can say that they're not comfortable to lie upon, especially for 4 hours. Now my back is just full of pain. It's unbelievable. And so I said, "What you're doing is completely illegal, unconstitutional. The courts have even declared that. So if you want to take me into custody, then I'm going to practice passive resistance." In Italian law, you have the constitutional right when you're in any way threatened by the forces of order, the armed forces, the police or the military, when you believe what they're doing is against your conscience or against the law, you can just go limp, and then they have to carry you to the station. Okay, so I went limp, and they basically went wild. They at one point they threatened me with dragging me off to a psychiatric hospital and putting me into a kind of MK Ultra program for an indefinite period of time, claiming I was insane. They tried to. I told them, if you want, I'm very heavy. I weigh over 200 pounds. I told them, if you're going to live with me, you better get 5 men so you can do it right. I don't want you to harm yourself. So they got 2 men, and they tried to drag me into the back of a vehicle. Now, anyone knows that 2 men standing can't drag someone into a back of a vehicle, because one of them at least has to enter the vehicle. And so they dragged my face up to the vehicle, and then they let me fall face forward onto the ground. And the guy holding my right arm twisted it incredibly. I'm still in pain because I dislocated my right shoulder more than 20 years ago. I'm very sensitive there. And they left me in a position, torturous position on the ground, with my arms in positions I don't normally take, for about an hour. I was in agony. They called an ambulance, and the medics put me in a cot, and they said, "We'll take you to the hospital." I said, do I have to put a mask on? They said, yes. I said, I don't want to go to the hospital. So then they got me off the cot, and I was in agony. I couldn't stand up straight, and the police made me stand upright in an extremely excruciating position for maybe 15 minutes. Then they allowed me to sit down on the ground, and I laid down because it was the least painful position. And they let me there for like another hour. They wouldn't let me get up or move away or go back home. They kept asking me for an Italian identity card. I said, I don't have one. I've told you many times. I told them all the circumstances. They kept going back to the same thing. So this was obviously targeted against me. And I asked the police, I've been here for 16 months, and you've never stopped me. Why tonight? Did a politician ask you to do this? Did the mayor of Rome ask you to do this? At that, they got silent, and they all looked ashamed. So I am personally convinced it was the mayor of Rome who asked this, Virginia Racci, and she's left wing. And I was arrested. In American language, I was arrested in the sense of at 12:30 midnight, which is today. And May 1st in Italy is the Marxist festival. It's their national holiday, Marxist. So it was obviously they didn't want Catholics praying, on a Marxist festival. This is why they did it. So combined, all of us were fined more than $6,000 for saying. And when I was let go at around 7:30 in the morning, they wouldn't even tell me where I was. They didn't give me any water. They just had me walk out of the station. I had to sit in the street. I didn't know where I was. I didn't have my money on me. I didn't have any way to help. I had only my phone, so I called friends. Someone did come in to pick me up. When I was in the station, they put me in a 8x8 cell. They wouldn't give me my capuch. They made me stay there. I was freezing. They denied me to go to the bathroom for more than an hour. It was incredible. Of course, I had to restrain myself because I figured I'd dirty the cell. They'd file some other crime on me. They denied me any liquid or beverage. They denied me a cushion. They denied me anything to wipe my hands. They denied me soap. They denied me any recourse to a lawyer. And they didn't even read me the charges. So I still, to this moment, I do not know what they charged me for. And it was an absolutely incredible experience. It was recorded on cell phone by about 8 people. And I'm told that at least 2 Italian groups are going to make a documentary about it. They have to go through and cover the faces of all the police and all the police car license plates and transform all their voices. Because in Italy, to share the pictures of police maltreating someone is a felony, and you can go to prison for 5 years. This is why it goes on. So this is what happens in a fake democracy. Okay, Italy is not a democracy. Right now, we're in an absolute dictatorship, a Nazi state. And if Catholics at Rome can't say our fathers in front of the most ancient basilica of Our Lady, then we have to admit that the Catholic religion has been suppressed. Mm-hmm. It's complete suppression. You'd have to go back to the age of Decius and the persecution of 305, 304 to find a similar event taking place in Rome. That's how far back you'd have to go.
Mm.
So that I'll close with that as my public statement. English for now. I might make another one in the future.
Yeah. So please share this video far and wide. Please like it. It'll be uploaded in a few minutes after this. This is Auto Militaris Radio TV signing off. Deus Volt.
Yes.